in the book. What happened to me can happen to any one of you, can happen to every one of you, will certainly happen to a slew of people who are on Donald's hit list, his enemies list. And I can tell you, that hit list is probably longer than any scroll that we saw from King Tut's, tomb. I can promise you that. He hates everybody that doesn't sit there and flatter him and praise him. I know I blew smoke up his ass for over a decade. So I promise you, it's funny. We could laugh about him. He is an absolute cartoon character. When we first started the campaign was never supposed to be legitimate. It never was. It was supposed to be the greatest infomercial in the history of U.S. politics. I've said it on television a dozen times because it's true. When he got in, it's his world. And so, why do people follow him that are in Alabama or Arkansas or any of these other, sort of incredibly red states? I don't know the answer for it. There's something inherent. It's like an inherent racism, sexism, misogyny, xenophobia, homophobia, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism that this guy brings out in people, and they just want to express it. This whole nonsense with the Second Amendment that you should have a right to own an AR-15, and if you take away someone's right for an AR-15, that means you're taking away their handguns, their shotguns, you're taking away their ability to defend themselves. He manages to somehow appeal to the worst part of anyone, and they just latch onto it. As far as what would I tell him to do if I was his attorney? Well, Morocco, I believe, Namibia, these are countries that have no extradition. And so he should get on his 757, which of course needs to be fixed at the expense of his supporters. He should get on there. He should get the hell out of Dodge really fast, because he's in very serious trouble. And it's not just him. The kids are in trouble too. Don, Ivanka, Eric, they're all in trouble. Mark Meadows, I warned them. You may remember during my House Oversight Committee when I turned around and said to him and Jim Jordan, I know what you're doing. I know the playbook. I said, you know how I know the playbook? Because I wrote it. And you can't run the playbook on me. I know it better than you do. And what's happened to me and the harm and the pain and the damage that my family has gone through, you're going to know it yourself one of these days if you stand by this man. And lo and behold, once again, prescient, I told him it was going to happen, and it's happening.